see what's the... Excellent connection. Don't talk. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Life on Beagle Road and our very first live. Courtney, we're going to do this, and we're not going to have an edit. Like, you can't long pause, you know that? Like, you literally got to talk without all pauses, and I can't cut it.
I feel like I'm at a news desk.
Well, we're at your desk, actually.
We are at my desk, but not a news desk.
No, I threw all your stuff off.
Where did you put all my stuff? Like I'm gonna go to work tomorrow and be like,
yeah.
I don't know. My husband.
I'm gonna tell you where I put
My
everything.
stuff.
I mean, there's a closet over here. I was gonna put it in there, but when I went in that closet, I realized that that's where you put all the stuff that you don't know where it goes.
All of it.
Just shove it in there.
I don't like looking at clutter while I'm trying to work.
That's this entire room. When I walked in here, I was like, "Are you for real?" I don't know, like just get the kids' house rake and rake everything.
We're already off topic.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is our topic. This is what we do.
Our topic is Courtney is a mess.
Yeah. Well, hi folks. I am Kenny Archer, and this is my wife, Courtney Archer. If you are not familiar with our channel, well, I
don't know how you got here.
Yeah, how did you get on our live? So, if you are familiar, then you get it, and it's all good. So, yeah. Why did we even decide to do a live? I mean, it's been 3 years, and we've had access to this. We haven't done it yet.
We're bad at answering comments, so this seemed like a better way.
Yeah, I think so.
No, honestly, we have been really bad at answering comments over the past couple months, but we love you guys, so here we are.
I should probably tell you that there's like a 20-second delay from the time that we speak to the time that you get it. So we're going to try to get our moderators to collect a lot of the questions that you might have while we're filming. But for now, we have a bunch of stuff that we're going to kind of go through with you on and go from there. Sound good?
Don's calling you. He's a moderator.
Why is Don calling me?
Oh, there's bad echo.
What's going on, Don? Oh, how do I fix that?
Well, that's
going great. Is that better?
Is that better?
It's going to take 20 seconds
for you to tell me if it's better or not.
Hold on.
I got an idea. Tell everybody to hang in.
Wait, do you have the sound on the computer on?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Just
Give me a second.
Talk
to them.
I mean, if there's bad echo, it's super annoying if I talk. So just fix it. I'll just drink.
You still gotta talk to people.
I don't. Echoes are annoying. Christy, do you have a drink? Cheers.
Is that better? Is that better, Don? Is that working? Is there any more echo?
I think it's better because I only see one line of green now instead of two.
Right. I don't really know why that's there. I don't know what I did. Oh, wait. Is that better, Don? Oh, here we go. All right. Thanks, Don. Goodbye.
Oh, the dogs are outside barking.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering if we're actually a mess or if it's an act,
we pretty much are a mess.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Well, like I guess maybe you didn't catch what we were saying, but I was just gonna say we'll try. There's a delay, and obviously we're a mess here, so we're gonna try and collect the questions and ask some later. But we do have a lot of questions from our channel, from the viewers, so we're gonna try and answer those. I'll talk to you a little bit about what's been going on and what's been going on previously, like where we've been, why things were crazy, and like what's coming up, right?
Yes, I like Hey Goat Girl and He Who Locks Himself in the Chicken Coop.
Oh, come on. Yeah. I mean, it happens to everybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. It literally happens to everyone here.
You know what makes it worse is like that was my design. Mm-hmm. So my design locked me into the coop. Like,
yeah.
It's because I half-ass everything and I only half finished that when I should have completely finished it. Right?
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah. I mean, I've never ever said that I finish things.
That's true.
I just do a lot of things.
Yes, that is true.
Right.
So, no, but seriously, we have been bad at answering comments,
Yes.
but we love you guys and we love reading all the comments. Like, sometimes I'm not in the mood to speak to anyone. Frequently.
That's like every day, yeah.
But I love reading your comments. So.
Yes. We read pretty much every single comment. So if you've never gotten a response back from us, or you've never gotten a heart, we've read every single one. Yeah, like we
probably talked about it.
I even love the people who want to come by and make negative comments and then leave. Like, I don't really understand why you watched. I mean, I don't understand why you commented. But hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. You're not really hurting my feelings one bit, actually, because I don't care. Right? I don't know.
Only occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally. I mean, there was that one time.
that one time.
Yeah, and then I made a video
at band camp.
At band camp, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so where have we been? Like, November, December was a bit dry, and it's crazy because we did Vlogust, and we put a video out every single day in August because you volunteered me to do that, and then you can't be on your phone while we're here. Like that doesn't work, right?
Sorry, I thought it was like a person saying something about the stuff, and so I just wanted to check.
Your stuff.
It was a person that bought chickens from us, though. But I can answer that later.
Seriously. We are live right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I like to answer people's questions.
You see what I deal with? Every day. Mm-hmm. Every day. But no, in August, we went every single day,
Every
right?
day.
Every day.
Every day.
And then we kind of stayed with it a little bit. We tried to be fairly regular.
Yep.
And then we fell off,
yep.
Right? So what was going on during that time? That's like November, December.
Yeah. So...
things were stressful for everybody around that time. Let's not.
I was gonna say, like, I'm not sure if you know,
details,
but like, we're basically going on a year of being in a pandemic. Not
right.
Sure, like, if you've heard about that.
3 kids in school, off and on.
Like, if you're not stressed out right now,
yeah.
I envy you. But no, I think November and December they're generally stressful months. Our one cousin that, like, I'm super close with my cousins, so like their kids are.
Her family is way different than mine. Like mine, I've got cousins and like I love them and they're my family, but I think we talk like maybe a couple times a year. Courtney talks to her family, all of them, every week, every day. Like it's crazy, but the Caldwells are very special people.
We are.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have 6 first cousins, and they called us the Magnificent Seven. But anyway, yes. One of their kids was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor in November, and he is 3 weeks younger than Robbie, and it
was just tough.
Yeah, and like, not to be a drama queen, because clearly it was not as tough on us as it was on other people, but it just...
It was difficult. It was difficult. It really was.
Yeah.
And then for me, I mean, obviously that hit home, but not quite as hard with like family or whatever. It's your side, but it's still family to me. I kind of compartmentalize. I mean, I was a school counselor for 15 years.
Yeah.
So I've lost a lot of students, kids, whatever you want to call it, throughout that entire time. So I have a very unhealthy way of separating the two, like I can just sort of separate and like that happened here and this is happening over there. It's not healthy at all, but I get that, but I was able to kind of work through it a little bit better than I think than you were. For me though, I do all the editing. So even if Courtney was, and you were filming some things here.
I was
and
filming.
I was like filming bits and pieces, but I wasn't getting on the edits as quickly as I could, and mainly because if you don't know, I left my job, was it like 2 years ago?
2.5 now, going on 3. In June, it'll be 3 years.
Yeah, I left my job because I was having incredible health issues. And amidst that, I was worried about the income that we were losing from me working. And I tried to do some things to make sure we had some additional income, but I started making things in the shop, and out of nowhere, I was starting this small business that I didn't know I was going to be starting, and I decided I needed to put a whole lot more energy into that business, and that's really what I was doing. I mean, I was in the shop for hours and hours, busting out tables and desks and file cabinets. It was project after project after project. Yeah. And I could have filmed it, but I just wanted to get it done. Jason from Sololand and I was on his podcast, and that was one of the things we talked about, is that sometimes you just want to get that thing done.
Yeah, and you can't film
filming,
it.
Yeah, just it really causes an issue.
Or if you do film it, it's incredibly boring, and then your husband doesn't make a video out of it.
That is true. I am working on Don Bradner's table from Little Mountain Life, and I am trying to film the process of that. I don't know.
It's a really nice table.
Yeah, it is pretty sexy. I love it. Yeah.
Pretty jealous.
Yeah.
Our dining room table is from IKEA.
Hey, I finished half of it, right? I pulled it in, sanded it all off, put a brand new coat of poly on like half of it. So that way, like, we can eat on the nice half and the kids can keep destroying the not so nice half. Mm-hmm. Someone came at us really, really hard in a video about how could you do all that on your
table,
on your,
or like
your
the
dining room
tables
table
from IKEA.
Like, yeah,
That's how.
Yeah, like it's okay. And your husband is a woodworker,
right? Well, and that's why you make stuff out of wood, because then you can refinish it and keep using it. Like that's,
if you ever make a table out of wood, I would recommend like a 2.5-inch top. That gives you, you just sand it down. One day you'll have like a 3/4-inch tabletop, but you'll still have a table, so it's all good, right?
Oh, look.
What?
Zach and Emily.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hi. So Zach and Emily from Chickadee Nigerians is where Mick came from.
Yep. We met them last year, right?
Yep. I know I saw a couple of people on here. Chris is on. I bet Jennifer is here too, but some viewers that are buying goats. So Mick's the daddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm clapping in the microphone.
Like slamming right now.
Sorry, I started talking about goats.
Chill out with the arms. Maybe put them on your lap.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Okay, sit on my hands.
You're getting us sidetracked too, by the way. You notice you did it again. You're just terrible at this. This live stream's going great.
It's great.
But anyway, so that's where we were. Just in the holidays, obviously you got Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatever else. So we got distracted and we weren't great at publishing. But January came around and we've been trying to get back on the horse. We promised you every Friday, and so far,
we've sort of followed through.
Well, no, the last few weeks I think we've been every Friday.
Good. Yeah.
I don't know that I've been like following a content stream very well, so they're all over the place. But we had babies after babies after babies.
We did. We had a ton of babies. Of course, the first week of January, which actually all went amazingly well, and they all delivered in the daytime too, which was nice. Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel like we've got our act back together in January. We've been more organized. We've been organizing the house. I mean, January is always a good time to do that. But, I've been thinking a lot about lately, like we moved in here 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. Emerson was 2, just got pregnant with Bridget. So Bridget's now 6. And like, honestly, we're just getting out of the having really little tiny kids phase. Yeah. So...
Well, we still have a tiny kid. Like Bridget's not a big kid.
Yeah, I know.
6. We sort of graduate her into a
where we're like, yeah, you're fine, right? You're fine.
Because she's capable and she's loud.
She's the most capable of all of them, probably because we just don't allow her
we've never
to
been
be
like
6.
we've never been like the baby talkers to begin with. We've always sort of been a bit more, I don't know, direct and. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, she did bring us something that was written out phonetically the other day, like a whole sentence, but like there were definitely some swear words in the sentence.
Oh, God. You're terrible. You're terrible.
But I mean, she's very...
I don't think it was on purpose.
No, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. But obviously she's phonetically advanced.
Sure.
Doesn't
make us great parents.
Doesn't. But she'll be fine.
Yeah.
She's going to be great.
Oh, goodness. All right. So what's going on in, November, right? Or no, January. Yeah, it's right there. I know.
That's what we're
January
talking about.
Been like? Got it. Is that what it was?
Yeah, we're talking about January.
Oh, we're doing that right now?
Yeah. We already started that topic.
Did we?
Yeah. Wow. You're bad at using notes.
Well, your notes were very confusing.
Yes, they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 with subpoints. It's very difficult.
You're right.
It's a new method people are using.
I didn't know that you led us into the January conversation.
Yep,
Maybe that's what it was. I didn't. I thought I was leading us, and then you took over as the leader, and that's what happened.
Does anyone think Kenny's leading anything in this household?
I'm really not.
They're not. He's not.
I like to say things.
Right, and then they get ignored, and we just proceed.
Moving on.
Yeah, so we've been selling goats this month, and
which I'm proud of you for, by the way.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited also about where all of our goats are going. They're pretty much all going to viewers or friends, which is really nice. I did break it to Kenny that I'm going to buy a new buck this year, buckling.
I was not ready for that.
He wasn't.
She opened up this conversation to me. She walked right into the kitchen where I was making coffee, and I hadn't even had my first cup of coffee, and she was like, I just need you to know that I'm going to buy a Nubian buck because I need it. And then you
okay.
left.
First
That's
of all,
basically what you said.
That's not what I said, and that's not the breed. I said
it's not
I
a
am
Nubian?
going to no. I said
getting?
I'm going to reinvest some of the money this year to purchase a new Nigerian buckling.
Oh. See, I didn't even really hear you. All I heard was, I'm going to get a new buck.
We have Mick.
Maybe New and Nubian went together for me.
Yeah. Why would I buy another Nubian?
I don't know. Why would you buy another Nigerian?
Because I only have one. Mick's fabulous, and obviously I'm keeping him, and he's the best. But I need a second one because we need genetic diversity. And like Cher, I'm keeping Cher. I couldn't breed Mick to her. I mean, technically I could, but I'm not. Like, I don't want to closely line breed.
I'm going to get a second table saw.
Okay.
You don't mean that. Shut your mouth. I'm not even going to go there. It's going to be a saw stop, folks.
I mean, where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put it?
That's true.
You have nowhere to put it. I have somewhere to put another buck.
I'm going to put it in the shed. I'll put it in the shed.
No, we need another shed already.
It's true. It's true. What else? We got, you said selling. So you're selling. But again, I am really proud of you for selling. So
I am. By mid-March, I will be down to...
We don't need to give the number.
A lower number of does than we have had in the past year.
Yeah. Yep. What about, how is milking going?
Milking's going pretty well. I bought a bag of calf manna because, like, Honey Rider in particular she has triplets and she was losing weight. So I'm like, all right, let's bulk her up a little. And then I forgot that the calf manna leaves an aftertaste in the milk. It's like that licorice smell.
Yep.
And then the milk tastes funny. And I drank the milk and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. So I guess the dogs and the cats for a couple weeks not even a couple weeks, a couple days can have milk. But other than that, milking's going really well. Honey Rider is utter, like, I seriously, I can't say enough amazing things about it.
Well, and we showed it in the last video, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last video we gave her like a real good visual of her udder, and it really is attached well.
It's attached so well. Yeah. Like it attaches out near her legs.
It's incredible milk bag.
Yeah, top is like U-shaped, like it really should be. It just so well attached. She milks out really easily. She has good orifice size too, so like a large amount.
Love those orifices.
A good amount of milk comes out at
not everyone here is here for the milk bag conversation. I mean, maybe, but I just, it's funny. Mm-hmm. She got great udder, though. Great udder. But the milking's going well.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Scarlet's a first freshener. She's been doing well on the milk stand. Like her udder, too. I'll get dandelion honey on the milk stand soon. She's a real drama queen when you walk her. She likes to lay down and stuff, and then she gets on the milk stand. She's like, fine, and she just stands there and she's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I get real involved with the milking.
So involved.
I bought you that beautiful blue bucket.
You did.
You did. Tell me
that has been a game changer. It really has. Kenny bought me this huge blue bucket that fits my my bucket with the soap and water, my bucket for milk, and then like the bucket I pour the milk into and put a lid on, paper towels, my coffee,
everything.
Udder, balm, all that stuff.
Do you want to know what's ironic about that bucket?
It wasn't labeled milking bucket?
Well, no. So I didn't think of this on my own, obviously.
Okay.
Because...
What have you thought of on your own?
That's not fair.
No, I mean, in general. Like, we live in the world of everyone's already thought of.
There's no original. Yeah.
I get it. I insult you a lot. That wasn't one of those times.
I really thought it was. Sorry. Anyway, so, no, I didn't think of it on my own. So, okay, we got this. Courtney won a milking machine that is just... Massive. And at the moment, we don't really have room for it. So, we want to hook it up. We want to get everything going. But it kind of needs to be in a cleaner environment. Right now, there's dust everywhere, and it's not the cleanest environment.
Yeah,
so it's not really... I got this, homie.
It would fit in the barn, but it would get dust all over it.
I just said that.
No, you said it wouldn't fit. That's inaccurate.
Well, currently it wouldn't, because there's a cabinet where it should go. Your milking stand is in the way. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm going to try and get a milking room together. Do you want that milking room or not?
I do want the milking room.
Then there's no room for it in the barn.
Okay, build me a milking room.
Are we good now?
Yes.
Moving on.
Okay.
My point was, when you wanted it to get installed, I went and I watched all these videos about this machine. And there was this guy who was explaining the milking machine itself and how to use it and whatever. And then he was like, oh, this bucket I have is amazing because I can carry my blah, 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 blah. And I went to Home Depot that day and I was like, there it is! So I brought it home.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
No, I didn't.
You just showed up and like, I got you this bucket!
Yep. That's how I solved that problem.
Yes.
But I was amazing.
You were. It's
such
a great
great
bucket.
husband.
It's a great bucket. It fits right on the stools in the kitchen too when I come back in. It's perfect.
It's fantastic.
It's a perfect bucket. Oh my gosh. I've turned into you. I am excited about buckets.
Excited about buckets. Buckets are exciting, Courtney. You just,
buckets.
you got to accept that.
Buckets. Yeah. Buckets are amazing.
Like, think about it when we were using those 5-gallon buckets to carry water around, and then you found 3-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, this is so much easier.
So much better.
I mean, it's silly, right? You could just put 3 gallons of water in a 5-gallon bucket, but for some reason...
You could, but
3-gallon buckets.
You don't.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
You don't.
Well, if you got 5 gallons, just fill it up with 5 gallons.
Yes.
That's the way it goes. All right. Very good. Very good. So, we talked about organizing. Did we talk about organizing? What were you mentioned it.
I
you
mentioned
just said,
it.
like, we finally have kids that are getting a little older. I think we got sidetracked, whatever. But we've been organizing the house.
We have
like
been
crazy.
organizing. Trying to organize the basement. We set up like a grow area last year, which is still good, but like we need space to wash.
The problem is that everything else sort of came in and shrunk that area.
Yeah.
So,
but like we also want a space to store canned goods because right now I'm storing them everywhere around the kitchen, like on top of the kitchen shelves, like all kinds of stuff. So ideally, if we could have a space for that. I've gotten to the point where my kitchen appliance need like canning pots and stock pots and all that kind of stuff exceeds the kitchen space.
It really does. But we had to get a special shelf because we had all of our canning supplies, materials, and even the stuff that we canned, we had it down in the basement on plastic shelves, which is just so, I mean, what are we in, like college kids, Like we get those cheap plastic, whatever. It's just, we had them left over. So everything was on that. And then you start getting this like bow in your plastic shelf.
Like, oh, that's not good.
So we put in some more industrial type of shelving. It can just hold a whole lot more weight. And now all of those glass, because when you can, you've got hundreds of glass, not hundreds, but you get it. Tons of those glass containers.
No, I think hundreds is accurate.
Hundreds might be accurate. Yeah, there's a lot. Not to mention all the equipment or apparatuses. I keep
apparati.
This thing keeps falling out of my ear.
Apparati.
It's not working. Yeah, the apparati.
The apparati.
But this is all heavy, so we've got that in there. So that should make things a little bit easier for storing both the food and the non-perishable stuff, and should be good. I'm happy about that. But that sort of helped. I also have because I'm a woodworker and I do all that. I've got a ton of lumber in the basement that doesn't need to be
maybe
there.
A little.
Yeah, I think I don't know. There must be like over 1,000 board feet of lumber in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, very crazy.
Yeah, we do. I do have a pressure canner. I actually have 2. I got a second one. Mm-hmm. It took a while for it to show up, but I also bought like a double camping stove burner to put outside this year so that I can can stuff and it's not necessarily like on the stove holding everything up.
Somebody asked if it was snowing, by the way. It is definitely snowing.
It is snowing. Yeah, we got a couple inches today and then we're supposed to get even more tomorrow.
Yeah. School's already canceled, of course, because they just do everything online still anyway. But,
I know. I'm like, I want a real snow day.
Right? Where we don't have to teach our kids throughout the day?
Yeah.
So
I want a snow day from work.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? So let's get into some of the questions. We'll do, just in case you missed it earlier, there's a 20-second delay between the time that we're talking and the time that you're hearing it. But if you have put some questions in there that we didn't answer, I think that some of those are getting together from our moderators. Yes? No?
Yes, we're trying.
Okay. But we're going to start with some of the questions that have been asked on our YouTube channel that we just don't necessarily get a chance to ask and go from there. So
Yeah.
Let's jump into that.
So I've had people ask what I give my does after kidding. Like,
wait, are there any questions that I can answer? Or are these all about you? This
I
is
think
just
they're
the
all
Courtney
about
show?
goats.
Well, I'm going to make some questions up over
Okay.
here. I think I have some questions. I just
all right.
didn't write them down. So, but anyway.
So what do we give the goats after kidding? A lot of people give their goats like molasses after kidding or something just to like help them pick their energy back up. So my first answer is I use whatever's on hand in warm water. So I think the best thing you can do is give them warm water, because they'll drink more of it and they're going to be dehydrated. And the second thing is anything that's got sugar in it, molasses, corn syrup, whatever. Like they need that so that their blood sugar is not low. And this year I did use like an electrolyte mix that seemed to work really well. But honestly, anything that you can put in warm water, if you put Gatorade in warm water, that'll be good too. Mm-hmm. Anything.
Grab a pencil.
Don't, something's better than perfection. I'm a firm believer in 80% now is better than 100% later. So it's better to give them warm water with something. If you've got just sugar, mix a little sugar in it, they'll be great. Give them some grain and some hay, and they will figure it out.
Good.
Good. Thanks. Do I get a sticker?
You do. Well, it's funny though. I was writing down this question.
Oh, I had
classes.
that.
So what are our next classes? When are they coming up?
Okay.
I didn't realize you already had written down.
I did write that down. I am going to try to do a class in March. I have some goats that are going to be ready like the 15th of March. So I'm thinking the weekend prior to that, like the 13th, 14th. Would be a great time to do it.
Do you want to explain to everybody like what we do?
Yeah.
Just in case like they don't catch.
Yeah.
It's not like any of them have actually been here. Like where would they go to find out more about the classes?
Yeah, last spring I started doing on-farm classes where really we just
I mean I am present.
You are present. You have so much to share about goats.
I do.
You're like, look at this milk bag. Look at this milk bag.
Come on. I talked about the fencing and the structures.
You did talk about fencing and structures. I
know things. Right. I just,
I know things.
You really love to do this, so I really love letting you just be
I
awesome.
am confident in my information, so I try to project that.
I'm not confident in that information, so
no, we started last spring, had some local people over to learn about goats, even had somebody attend who's been breeding myotonic cashmere goats for like crosses for 20 years, but she's like, I just like to hear what other people do with their goats, which was super awesome. And it was great that there were some people that attended that just had, their first wethers or were getting goats and just wanted to know more. So we just kind of talked through general health and feeding and, medications.
It's pretty awesome overall.
Like, it was. It was really nice.
And now that you've done a few, we're much
better. I've started to figure it out. 3 hours is the right mark.
Yeah.
For like a general topic, and then or to go into deep specifics on a topic.
Are the online ones also 3 hours, or was that just?
No, 3 hours was still.
Even for
for the online ones. Yep. Yeah, in the fall we did in person in like very small groups, and then we also did some online ones. Just safety wise, and also obviously there are people that are at a distance. The one that I did online that was about kidding was super beneficial.
Yeah. That one was cool.
Yeah, that one was super cool. People got to ask questions. We limited it to like 3 groups of people. I think was like 3 couples.
Did we record that? I forget.
We did. Okay. We did. I do actually have the recording of it.
We just haven't edited it to make it.
No, but like some people have just gone back and watched it. Like it was 3 couples in it, but then I had a 4th person who ended up not being able to attend, and she just rewatched it, and
that's good.
Yeah, so it was good, and I think different people ask different questions and they ask them in different ways.
Do you still have access to that one then? So like if somebody wanted to see that, like
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it will be available until the fall. So if anyone is interested in that.
Maybe double check too.
Yeah, no, I will definitely double check. We usually charge $30 for our classes because obviously it's a time commitment, but I also think that providing the information to people is really important and valuable.
Yep. And like we haven't really jumped into that like YouTube hustling thing like most people have. Not to say that, we shouldn't try to do a little bit more, but it just hasn't really been our priority. More of it has just been about sharing and then trying to cover at least the time commitment or the materials that we provide or something like that. So, yeah.
So
Eric O'Brien said that your glass is empty. I should go fill it.
It is. You should.
It's really far away from here. You should have brought the bottle. It's mine. I'm not going to get that. Here. It's a glass of water. Try it. It's pretty good.
It's disgusting. I don't know. Yell for the kids or something.
You are a terrible parent. Oh my gosh.
Terrible parent.
It's like unsubscribe. I'm gonna drink my milk.
If they showed up for a live stream, they don't think I'm a terrible parent because
Fair enough.
I set my kids for the
Well, people show up for a lot of things just so they can be angry and miserable and click the thumbs down button.
Yeah. Hey,
all good.
whatever floats your boat, Whatever gets you that endorphin rush. No, but our website's Life on Beagle Road. And do I have to say that?
It could be .net, it could be .org, it could be I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I think so.
.org?
Some people have .orgs.
.ca.
.com.
It's Life on Beagle Road. .com. That's the period, not
it's
dot
so
written out.
Yeah, relax, homie.
Not dot written out.
Yeah, don't write it out.
Don't write it out. That's not how the internet works. There's also a www at the beginning of it. In case you didn't know.
You still have to put .com, but you don't have to put www.
They know. They got on a YouTube live stream. They know how to use the internet, Kenny. They know. But my goal is to update the class dates within the next 1 week.
Yes.
So I've made that commitment to you.
Here, next question. We got that one covered, right?
Okay, I think we just beat that one to death.
Next question. Why is Kenny so miserable all the time?
People do think Kenny's miserable. He is. He's a nightmare.
I want to address it. I think it's important that we address
Please address it.
my on-camera misery.
Why are you so...
I mean, well, first...
I need the water.
Now you need the water. I mean, first of all, I edit the videos.
You're a miserable human.
Oh, you stop. I edit the videos, right?
Yes,
so
you edit the videos.
If I edit the video and I look or sound miserable, it's probably because I want you to get the idea that maybe I'm looking or sounding miserable. That could be, for fun or just because there's a guy out there somewhere that I want him to feel, he feels the way I do. Yeah, he's got a wife that is obsessed with goats and pulls him out of the shop in the middle of a glue up and says, "Hey, I need your help.
I need you to reach inside this goat and pull out the baby."
When you called me down, first of all, what you might not know, we filmed 2 births on the same day, right? 3 videos, because we had the getting ready for birthing, then we had a birthing, and then we had another birthing. It was 3 videos in one day. Mm-hmm. I was in the shop already for hours and hours.
In the middle of a project, ready
I was
to throw
gluing
things
up
at
those
me.
farmhouse legs, the X farmhouse legs. So they were mortise and tenon. It was I only had so much time. Things weren't going well in there anyway, so I was boiling in the shop. And then Robbie keeps coming in going, "Mom needs you." Mom needs me for what? She didn't say. She just said she needs you. I get down there and you're like, "I need you to..."
I'm like, "This baby is stuck and I can't get it out."
Right? Oh. But
you're like, oh, I thought you were like, could you get me a box of tissues or something?
Yeah, I don't know what's going
I can't reach this thing.
But hey, in general, I mean, I have
You're
lupus,
miserable,
folks.
No, oh, sorry.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, you have an autoimmune disease.
Lupus. I have an autoimmune disease
Right.
that generally, every day, I feel like the world is crushing me to powder. But I'm smiling and I'm pushing through and I'm trying to be positive, and sometimes it comes out as like, right?
Yeah. And sometimes after I've like brought you your medication and coffee and at breakfast in bed and have gotten our kids off to school, and then I come in here to my job, sometimes I open a bottle of wine at the end of the day and I'm like, that's nice. Sometimes we're human.
Are you being sarcastic? You're a really sarcastic person. Why are you so sarcastic?
Why am I so sarcastic?
I don't know.
We're Is my mom on here?
I don't know.
I blame her.
We are venting right now.
We are venting. But no, if my mom is on here, she's the reason I'm sarcastic.
This might actually be like therapy, I think. Like, are we having video therapy? Is that what this would be? Are we?
I think we are.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel so much better.
I do too.
About you and life.
I don't feel any better about you, but I do.
So mean.
Oh, I'd feel better if you filled my wine glass.
I'm sure you would.
Yes.
If anything, people realize that like we're exactly the same on camera as we are off camera. I don't know that you can count this as off camera, but we're not edited.
No one's miserable. But you know what? Sometimes like life is hard and you want to throw things and like, you know, yesterday I was just, everyone was on my last nerve, and we left for the thing with Emmy, and Bridget got car sick and she threw up in the back of the car.
Yep.
And as I'm trying to catch it, I like roll into the guy in front of me as I'm getting off the highway.
You rear-ended someone.
I did. It didn't hurt their car. He got out of his car and looked at me like holding a bag. The kid's gagging. He's like, I'm good. It's fine. So sometimes you're miserable, and then somebody comes along and they're like,
no, I'm not as miserable as you.
You know, it's fine if my bumper's scratched. Your day's looking bad.
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes we like to do that for you, is my point. We like to be the... Okay.
Yeah.
My day.
All right. We get it.
Okay.
Yep.
Beat that one too.
But I'm not really that miserable.
Not miserable.
Yeah. I'm a pretty okay guy, for the most part.
I mean, you make good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was Scarlet so loud when she was kidding?
Oh my God. People ask this a lot. Like, was she okay? Like, was that baby stuck? Like, what? Nope. She was just very vocal during kidding. Scarlet will always make it known what her opinion about things are, loudly. And, she's just, you know, she's going to tell you how it is. Like, she's somewhat go with the flow, but she's going to tell you what you have done to displease her. And, I think she was telling her bucklings that birth was
painful.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So she was totally fine. She was just very, very loud about it. I've got other goats that just pop out babies and they're like,
some you don't even know what's going on. It just happens. Mm-hmm. And then others you're like, oh God, please stop.
No. That's Zipper, and for sure she just pops out babies, but you know, sometimes.
Do you remember the mama, my favorite mama, she's not here anymore.
Chloe.
She went Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe would just she was like a closet bird.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know. You'd leave and she would pop out 5 babies.
Yep.
You walk in there and you're like, what? I was gone for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, there were three babies.
I thought she had 5 at one time.
We've never had 5 babies at a time.
I think
she
that's
had triplets twice.
My dream is that we have 5 does.
Yes.
5 like phenomenal does, and we just
Stevie?
Sell all 5 of them. You stop keeping them. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Get rid of them. Bang, bang, bang. You imagine?
Well, that's not.
It's like winning the lottery. It's the goat lottery right there.
Yeah. Stevie was one of 5 does, so
that's
right. Maybe someday.
She has not produced 5 does. She gave no.
She didn't even get pregnant this year.
It's no good. All right. What do we got?
Okay. Next.
Why don't we tie? Oh yeah.
Oh, someone asked why I don't tie the goats to the milk stand instead of like holding their leg while I'm milking. And the answer is two-part. Number one, I have tried to tie them and they pull their legs out, probably because I'm doing something wrong. But also, for the most part, I can get to the point where then they will stand and they'll be fine. And that's really where I want them to be. It's just standing on the milk stand. I don't want to have to tie them or, do a whole thing. I just want them to come out, hop on the milk stand, and like
behave.
Exactly. That's what Honey Rider does. She knows when it's milking time. I just open the gate. She comes out, she hops on the milk stand, and lets me do my thing. Dandelion Honey, I do usually have to be like, come on, you have to come to the milk stand. But then she's fine. Scarlet's definitely to the point where I just open the gate and she's like, all right, time to get on the milk stand. I do still have to hold her leg some days, but we're getting there. So I just do really want them to be at that point where they just hop up there and get milked and go about their business. But yeah, also, I mean, I probably haven't done a great job of doing it when I actually tried.
Yep. Okay, so that pretty much does it for the questions from our channel, at least that we wrote down. So if you want to check in with Mindy from Life Goes North, she can give you, I don't know where you're doing that at, but I did write one down that was for me. So
okay, you can answer that.
Yeah, Rose asked me, where's the best place to buy tools on a budget? What I can tell you, Rose, is it all depends on your budget, obviously, but when I first started woodworking, a lot of the stuff that I got was on Craigslist. And Craigslist is a little crazy now because you go on there and people want, they buy something, they've had it for 15 years, and they want to sell it for $5 less than what they bought it for, which is crazy. I mean, you had your years of use, you're not using it anymore, move on, sell it for a decent price, but they don't. So Facebook Marketplace ends up being a little bit better of a place. I feel like that I've gotten some used stuff, but yeah, I bought all kinds of stuff on Craigslist used. Places like Restore or like these home centers, recycled home centers, you can find some pretty great tools there. I got a set of chisels from the Restore near us. They were absolutely fantastic chisels that I had to sharpen. Obviously, they needed rehoned and get some good edges on them, but they're fantastic. Now that they're sharpened, they're good. And I actually learned how to sharpen because I got those chisels. I mean, they were terrible when I bought them. They were junk, but I turned them into something better. A lot of my hand planes all of my hand planes, except for the ones that you just got me, are secondhand tools that I cleaned up. I mean, they were covered in rust, and I sanded them all down, oiled them, got the blades all sharpened up, and everything works great. So if you want to buy newer stuff, it just all depends on what you're looking for, I think. If your budget's a little higher, Grizzly makes pretty great stuff. I've got a lot of Grizzly tools. When you talk about machinery, you just got to keep your eyes open, I think, in general. And it all depends on what kind of, woodworking you want to get into. So if you want to get into hand tool stuff, there's a lot of great secondhand hand tools out there. Auctions are fantastic places. I got a lathe and a bandsaw and I don't know, 5 different tools, all from one single auction, and I think I paid $45 for all of them. So auctions are fantastic, estate sales, things like that. Other people's grandparents, if there's an old guy who's got really terrible grandkids, and he doesn't even like his regular kids, he's a great guy to go to because he doesn't want to give his tools to them. He wants to give them to some guy who appreciates them. I've actually got a couple tools that way. Yeah,
you did.
So, you just get it real nice with those guys. Those old guys love talking tools and shop and whatever, and
that's right.
They find a nice guy, they're good. So there's also tool libraries out there. I mean, I could go on and on. I'm not going to go on and on about this with goats.
You're okay, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, for those of you who've followed us, I mean, maybe you get it, maybe you don't. But I mean, I started from scratch my shop was this little. Remember, we had a townhouse and we had a small garage,
which I also couldn't park in.
Couldn't park in that, and I just put up some plastic, and I had like a 5x5 spot where I would do stuff in, and I had almost nothing then, but I grew from that slowly to what we have now.
One of the tables that he built there recently, I was like, get this out of here.
Well, in all fairness, I've been trying to get rid of that table for a long time.
I know, and I held on to it. I'm like, fine, this is garbage.
Yeah, it really is garbage. It is garbage. I mean, it's reminiscent to like, wow, I can't believe how far I've come, but that thing's garbage.
This is trash.
At this point, like, I'm embarrassed a little bit by it. Like, I could make a whole lot better than that. But yeah, so yeah. I'm really upset that I didn't record the farmhouse table I just built.
Yeah, like, that one was so nice.
I just recently finished a build where I cut down the tree on our property. Like, I cut it down. Chainsaw, fell down, boom. And that's important to me because I learned how to fell a tree, and I learned how to use a chainsaw, and I learned all these things, you know. And I did it with supervision, by the way. I didn't just drop a tree without anybody around, so someone was there. I think it was your cousin or something, but I dropped that tree. We had it milled here on the property. A buddy of mine came out, Dwayne came out, and we milled up all the logs from the trees that were dropped. And then I learned how to stack wood and stacked it, and it dried for 3 years. And then I took it off the stack and brought it into the shop. It dried for a little while in there. We milled it, and I turned it into this beautiful table. It was just this culmination of everything I've learned throughout my woodworking journey, and I didn't film any of it. And we don't even have a flipping picture of the final product. We're terrible at this. Terrible. I mean, that literally it should have been a video.
It should have.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? All right, more questions.
Okay. Mindy sent us some questions. What's going on with the new Nubian buck?
And before you get going, we're going to try and end around 8 o'clock. So we got about 15 minutes.
Okay. So our Nubian buck, he's actually a mini Nubian, even though he's huge. He's
Grover.
like, yeah,
Grover. Okay.
His name's Grover Underwood.
From
Percy Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Nubians are named after book characters. He's actually a mini Nubian. He's like 100 pounds. We are going to breed him to Scout. She had gotten bred in November, but miscarried in December. Came back into heat in January, but I didn't want to breed her that soon. So we will have to wait until she comes back into heat in the summer. But yeah, in the meantime, he's here hanging out, being super adorable and lovey. He's very sweet. Are the peppers started yet? I'm going to start them tomorrow. It's still January.
Well, listen, and what we're going to do differently, okay? I don't know if I talked to you about this, but...
You didn't.
We're going to put them in the hothouse. So we have that... Oh,
like the tent in the basement?
We have a grow tent in the basement.
And I'm definitely going to put them in the
growing
paper...
things that should go in there.
Right. Put them in the paper towels first, right?
Yeah.
Do that.
Method.
Yep.
Paper towel method. But what's nice about the grow tent is it encapsulates all the heat. But we also are able to exchange the air because we have the exhaust fan that, pulls air in and sucks the old air out. So that should actually help tremendously to get those peppers.
I dig that idea.
Yep,
We're going to do it. We're going to do it this year.
We're not going to screw this up.
What kind of gourds are you growing this year?
Oh, Jesus. Gourds.
She said I'm adding dipper gourds to my birdhouse, spinner, and loofah gourds.
Loofah gourds?
Yeah.
Can you make a loofah from the gourd? Is that what that is?
Loofahs are from gourds.
Shut your mouth.
Yes.
For real?
Yes, they are.
I never
they
knew
are
that.
From a
so
gourd.
when I use your loofah in the shower,
it's
that's
from
right.
A gourd. It's from
that feels
a gourd.
great on my skin, by the way.
No, I definitely am going to do dipper, loofah, and birdhouse. So dipper and birdhouse I did last year. I'm adding loofah. But this year I'm going to plant them in the ground around the deck and let them go up.
All right.
So that they've got
cool.
more. But yeah.
That's exciting.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I just learned that that's crazy.
Yeah.
Loofahs.
What
else we got?
Why does Kenny not allow Courtney to talk goat for an hour? That's right. Okay, this is
Because
great.
for all the other hours, I listen to it.
Yes. A question for Courtney. I need to find a senior mobile engineer. Any tips? Oh my gosh. Why are mobile engineers so hard to find right now? Like,
Does that really come up? Is that a real question? Did someone seriously get on here and ask you a work question?
They did. I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So I think, it's really your sales pitch. You find in the place, you find everybody else. LinkedIn and open web search, but you just got to sell them on your organization and your opportunity and make them like you. So if you need help writing, say,
is this one of your friends from work?
I really don't know. Like, Mindy copied and pasted these for me. So
thanks a lot, Mindy.
Happy to help you pen an email. So if any of you are wondering what I do for work, I'm a recruiter.
What else we got?
Was wondering.
Moving on.
Are you guys getting a snowstorm? We did talk about that. We are getting one. Would you ever consider shipping a goat? I would consider shipping a goat. I have not looked into it extensively, but I do know there are very reputable breeders that do it. I even know Wiedemann Reap shipped a goat to Lumina Acres. So listen, if it is good enough for Danelle's goats and Al's goats, it's good enough for mine. Where's the buck coming from?
Where is the buck coming from?
Honestly, I have to go look it up, but there's a lot of
well, you're still on the wait list for Old Mountain Farm, right?
I am, but I'm not going to come up there again for like 2 more years.
All right.
But the wait list I'm on, there's like a lot of Rosa Sharon and Castle Rock genetics.
I think you're good.
Yeah. What? Don't say I think you're good, because there are people that are super interested.
Speaking of the last video, did Kenny fix the chicken?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Not yet. Mm-hmm. I will. Kenny, have you started making spoons? Yes.
But he's making something else right now. It's super fun.
What?
Oh, you did talk about it.
I did.
Last
Chopsticks.
The chopsticks. Yeah. Sorry,
I haven't made any spoons for selling yet. If that's what they're asking for. Like most of the spoons that I've made, and I carve everything from greenwood for the most part, but most of them have all been like for us.
Yeah. Well, and
I will make some to sell.
But that's
right
like
now I haven't had
warm. Well, it's also kind of a warm weather activity.
Yeah, like
too.
fall and
Like I can sit on the couch and knit right now. That's a winter activity. I
can't carve on the couch.
You can't carve on the couch.
I mean, I could, but I
don't.
I wouldn't be happily married.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be.
But I have been making the chopsticks.
You have.
That I just do in the shop, like when I'm waiting for things to dry or whatever.
Yeah.
What else we got? Question for Kenny. What peppers and green beans will you grow this year? Well, that's a great question. So, I bell peppers for sure. I don't really care for green bells. Like we grow them just so we can throw them in the mix. But like the red and the orange and whatever, I think I'm good with that. And then I definitely want to have some more cayenne, like some of the hotter peppers.
We used a lot of jalapenos last year too, and they grew really well. So we're definitely going to do those.
They did grow really well. Yeah. You're right. So we will grow more of those, and I want to candy them. We talked about canning the candied one, like the cowboy ones. People gave us all kinds of recipes, so I want to try that. Mm-hmm. And I definitely want to do some sort of salsa mix. We didn't ever make. Mm-hmm. We tried to do remember you tried to do the salsa. Didn't come out very well. But I don't want to get overboard.
Right.
Like I think we went a little heavy.
We did.
And I think with the green beans, like I just want regular bush beans.
Yes, that's what we're gonna do this year. It's just regular bush beans because
the pole beans just
out of control with the beans last year.
Yeah, magic beans was you. You just kept growing random beans everywhere.
Well, because you always yell at me that I don't grow enough beans. So last year I grew all the beans, and there were too many beans.
I think with the bush beans though, I want to stagger their growing. So that way we can keep having green beans throughout the grow season, but like not all at the same time.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. We had so many green beans. It was crazy. And some of them I'd even know. Like the ones I thought were green beans, they weren't green beans. They were just regular beans.
Like he cooked them and I'm like...
They were so hard.
I'm like, this is so stringy.
Yeah, like that is not a green bean. That is that's a regular bean.
Yeah, that's a bean.
Yeah. Kenny, what tools do you recommend for someone new to building anything? Well, I would say first things first. Well, I don't know. It's like really fantastic question. I feel like I need to maybe even make a video on it. But come up with a project. Like come up with a thing you want to make, and then you kind of focus on the tools you want to make with that. But a cutting implement, like a saw, obviously, right? What?
Tim Beverly told me to fold the clothes.
Oh, Tim.
Tim.
Oy. Tim's always the guy. I love him. But yeah, you want something to cut stuff with, obviously. I definitely think that chisels are worth their value for all kinds of reasons. I'll have to put something together because that's a really good question. Mm-hmm. Your phone's locked. I can't look at the list of questions anymore.
I mean, like you don't know the password.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do. All right, what's
That's the kind of marriage we have.
Oh, look, I got another one for Kenny. Man, Kenny people showed up.
People do like you.
What would you recommend to plane some 27-inch by 6-foot book match red oak slabs flat? There's a slight cupping, and I'd like to join them for a tabletop router jig. So, I don't know who specifically asked that question, but I do have a jig that I made, and I think I have a video about it at some point. I didn't make the video about the jig, but I have it in there. But I have, what's his name? The Offerman jig. I use the Offerman jig. It's, you've got 2 pieces of wood going this way that your slab sits on, and then 2 pieces going the same direction as your slab. And then you have a carriage that slides across those 2 beams. And I have a Triton router. It's like a 3 horsepower Triton router with a 2-inch dado bit. It's real big and wide. And then I just go across. Yeah. What are you laughing at? Is it Tim again?
Tim again.
Tim's getting crazy over here.
Tim's getting crazy. Wait, is it called the Offerman jig because it's made by Nick Offerman?
Yes, it's exactly why. It was his design.
Perfect. He's married to Megan Mullally or Mulaney or whatever her name is, but Karen from Will and Grace, who drinks a lot.
Oh.
This is basically us.
Oh! I was like, I don't know where you're going with that. Kenny, so how many bow ties are you up? The table that I'm currently making for Dawn has bow ties in it. That
probably like 5 in that table.
I think there's 5 bow ties in that table. Yeah. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. There's 6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 6 bow ties. So I'm actually I've been posting them on my Instagram, which is Lifecrafted by Kenny, and I have a lot of pictures on there. I think I actually have that jig, the router sled. So if you're going to check it out, it's on there.
I'm really jealous of that.
Slab table?
Yeah, the slab table, 13 moons. I'm super interested in treating goats for hand-dyed yarn. I have a book back here of how to hand-dye yarn naturally.
Of course you do.
I'm going to do that someday when our children are more independent and less destructive.
Yes.
I was trying to find a way to say that nicely.
Well, folks, it's what? We got about 2 more minutes. So is there anything else you wanted to share before we wrap up, Cord?
This was fun.
Yes, it was. It was. I don't know why it took us 3 years to finally do this, but yeah. We want to keep doing this. So if you enjoyed it, let us know. And
if you didn't enjoy it, keep it to yourself.
I mean, you can share it with us. You could definitely share it with us.
We would love to hear about opportunities to improve or questions that you have. But if you want to be a negative Nancy, just take that somewhere else. No, I don't think any of you guys are here for that.
Well, they are. You know, we take constructive criticism and
only constructive.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But yes, we will continue to do these. I think we want to try and do it at the end of every month, roughly. Yeah. So. We're not real good with schedules, as
we're
you probably
real seat
learned.
over our pants, folks. Even though Kenny would like you to believe that he's not.
I don't know what you're talking about. I plan everything.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it goes.
He's like, I'm an exceptional planner. Hey, terrible at execution.
Listen, you're the one that has like this giant stack of planners here.
I have 100 planners.
Look at this.
Someday I'm gonna find a planner that really works for me.
Look at this. Look at this. These are all planners. Like. This is the bucket list. Is this a list of things you're gonna do one day?
Before I kick the bucket,
Is
yeah.
the laundry in there? Is
the
putting
laundry
it away?
is not
I don't know
in here.
about that. Jeez.
Wait. Do you want to know what's in here?
No.
No?
All right, folks. It's been real. Take care. We'll see you on the next one, huh? Yeah?
Yeah.
Say goodbye.
Have a herd of milk-chested goats is in the bucket list.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Great, now I can't figure out how to turn this off. It's like the end of a Zoom meeting.